Good morning, investors and traders. This is Naeem Aslam live from London. In today's analysis, what we'll be looking at is where are the opportunities given the fact that the next president-elect is going to be or is Joe Biden, because the weekend's results have pretty much made this thing clear that Joe Biden is going to become the next president of the United States. And all of this comes despite all these, let's say, retaliation from Donald Trump, who thinks that no, the election results cannot be announced, or the media cannot make the decision who's going to become the US president, and he is still going to continue his legal battles. So we will look at the various different market opportunities and then see where exactly the next momentum is going to be. My name is Naeem Aslam. I come with 15 years of a wealth of trading during this period. I have worked as a hedge fund trader for Bank of New York Mellon and equity trading in Bank of New York Mellon, in Bank of America, currently working as a chief market analyst for Evertrade. So the Dow Futures are trading up by over 400 points, folks. Now, currently, they are just trading in around 350. Earlier, as I said, they were trading well over 400 points because investors believe a number of things. Number one, they believe that Biden will have a better foreign policy, meaning perhaps the relationship, perhaps I'm using the word, the relationship will improve with China. That means the stock market, the S&P 500, the Dow Jones, and the Nasdaq can really move higher. Now, in terms of a presidential election, something very important that I wanted to discuss with you guys is that since 2000, let's say, every time the presidential elections results have been announced, obviously the situation is a bit different this time, but generally speaking, the month of November and the month of December, they usually post better rallies, meaning both of these months bulls control the momentum. We see this massive momentum to the upside for these 2 months. So if history repeats itself, even if you buy the equity market in terms of the S&P 500 index or the Dow Jones index or the Nasdaq, what you can really see is that the futures will are more likely to close in positive territory. And of course, the situation can really change when we go into the next year. But for now, if history plays itself again, then that means we can see a higher move for the month of November and of course for the month of December as well, for both for the S&P 500 and for the Dow Jones futures as well. Now, going back to the agenda of Joe Biden, so the first thing is, of course, China. Number two, investors and traders in terms of the European markets are also feeling a lot more optimistic because now, remember, Europe was about to put heavy subsidies or taxes on US that was worth over 4 billion. Now they are thinking of delaying those ones, and perhaps there's an opportunity, there's a hope for a better relationship where more bridges can be built between the two continents rather than walls what Donald Trump has really built over the last 4 years. So again, investors and traders, they are very much positive on this particular aspect as well, and this is pushing the markets higher. Now, when we move on to the commodity space, and when we look at crude oil or Brent, both of them are off their lows. Now, the reason for that is, again, the speculation or the anticipation, let's just say, is that Joe Biden will be able to control the virus situation a lot more better as compared to Donald Trump. Now, of course, if that happens, that means that we can see a higher demand for oil. And for that particular reason, we are seeing this surge for crude oil, which is really moving higher. And again, once again, the prices were trading at $36. Now it is trading at $38. But for me, the most important price level in terms of a crude oil is when the price will start to move above the $40 mark, because that really separates the bull and bear territory. Anything below that really brings oil prices under jeopardy, and there are chances that the move can really go to the downside. So to finish off, one final thing which is not very much priced into the market is that the cases are still very much, the coronavirus cases are still very much surging over in the United States, and that means regional lockdowns or more restrictive measures can really take place. and that particular factor is not priced into the market. But overall, S&P 500 index is once again, especially the futures, are visiting the same area, the all-time high, which was formed back in late August. Now let's see if the market can really break above these price levels. That could be your entry. But once again, to summarize, the month of November and the month of December, generally speaking, they are supposed to be positive months, especially after the US presidential elections. That's all for today, folks. Enjoy your day, safe trading, and I'll see you guys next time.